Welcome to Punch Clock Logging Billable Hours. This is different than using the regular punch clock because this will allow you to link your time to a specific client or even a specific task type so you can track how much time you are spending on a client or on a particular task if you'd like to track that for time and billing purposes. The first thing that you need to do is make sure that the user or that the employee does have a billing rate set up on their users page. This is covered in more detail in the video admin setup, users, tax reporting information, but I will show it to you quickly here on how it appears on the users page. So on the users page under tax and reporting information, over here under billing rate. As long as you have a billing rate entered here, then this user will have access to the billable punch clock. If you just want to track your time spent and you're not necessarily worried about the dollars, you can just, if you want to just put $1 here, then that way that the employee would still have access to the billable punch clock. There are two different ways to actually access that billable punch clock. The first way is if you are in a client's file, so we will go ahead and search for a client. We'll select a client's file. And then you'll be able to see here under account information, we now have the button that says log hours. So if you don't have the button here that says log hours, that just means that there is no billing rate associated with your user's profile. So if you click here, it will take you directly into the billable punch clock. And it's going to pre-fill with the client's name because we linked it right from the client's file. So that's one way to access the billable punch clock. The other way is if you just click on the punch clock tab, and again, as long as I do have a billing rate, I will see the billable punch clock. I can select the billable punch clock, and then I can go ahead and I can search for my client this way. So I'll go ahead and type in a client's name, and I can select the client from the drop down here. And you can see the billing rate does flow over from my users page. This is my default billing rate. If I wanted to charge a different rate for this client based on what I was doing, I could go ahead and override and change that billing rate. Or you are able to set up specific billing rates for particular task types. So you can see here, let's choose, we're doing 1040 work. Our rate for 1040 work is $50 an hour. There is a video that does cover more detail how to set up these billing task types and associate it to a rate. So you would want to refer to the video for admin setup, billable task type. So if you're choosing one of these billable task types, you don't have to type in a description, so that makes it a little bit faster. If you're not choosing a pre-filled task type, then you do have to type in a description of what you are doing. So we can go ahead and we can punch in. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and we can link right back to the client's file. Then we can continue doing all of our work on the client. We can scan all of our documents, doing everything that we need to do. Once we're done working on the client and we want to go ahead and punch out, again, you can go back to the billable punch clock by either doing the punch clock tab or selecting log hours. And you can see I'm already punched in because the only option is for me to go ahead and punch out. So we can go ahead and punch out once we're done working on the client. If you want to see your billable hours, we're going to look at our billable hours for me for this week. This is going to show the clients that I've worked on. It's going to show the different billing rates. It's going to show different task types. So this is how you can actually view your billable hours. If you wanted to be able to edit those hours, we do have a separate video on that, and you can refer to punch clock editing employee hours. But that is all for punch clock actually logging billable hours. Thank you.